How's it going, Bit Hero friends? Please don't be overwhelmed by the massive wall of text here. You can read this if you like, you can disregard if you like. I'm going to talk about all this in the video. I just wanted to type this up so you have a good reference, and also note that below you can see some of my documented Wednesday adventures and how much experience I got on those days. Please stay tuned for the video, and I'll discuss further on out-leveling the masses. Thank you. How's it going, Bit Hero friends? Today I wanted to talk about the topic of out-leveling the masses. As you may or may not know, we're about to enter into Wednesday, which I like to call Buffet Day. As you can see here, every day has its daily bonuses. We're in Tuesday. It gives 25% experience and 25% item find. In 14 hours, Wednesday is going to start and give us 50% experience. Now the topic here is, how do we get more experience than the average gamer? And the answer is using Wednesday to your advantage and focusing solely on experience, not progression. For example, most of you watching this have probably beat Zone 1 by now, and you're into Zone 2, maybe Zone 3. So here's the tip. Even if you've unlocked the first castle, you can take advantage of this. As low as level, I'd say 10 to 15. So here's what you want to do. If you're in Zone 2 and you're progressing on flags, for Wednesday, you're going to want to pause your flag progression and go to the last defeated heroic dungeon. For example, that would be castle number 3 in Zone 1. If you click on this, you'll notice heroic mode here has massive bonuses, to include 400% item find, and you can read the rest. If you notice, if I click the tree level here, it offers less item find. So long story short, do the third castle for your max potential. And here's what you're going to do. You're going to click on this, you're going to do heroic. You can use my level 100 player to just one-shot everything, and you're going to get tons of experience. Now, the main point here is that flag levels do not offer this 200% bonus of experience. So, by doing heroics only on Wednesday, you're going to level about 4 times faster than the average player. And the way we do that is the following. If you go to shop, and you've been saving up your gold, you can go to boost and buy one of these 3 types of experience tomes. Whichever one you buy is up to you. I'm not going to twist your arm into making a decision here. But if you are wanting to save gems, your best bet is the minor experience tome. This will give you an additional 25% experience for 24 hours. The average will give you 50, and the major will give you 500. I personally always buy this one. I save my gems up during the week and then purchase this for 100% more experience. If you have one of these alone, you basically get 4 times the experience of the average user. I posted a bunch of stats at the beginning of the video. If you go back and check that out later, you'll notice just how much more experience you'll get on Wednesday versus all the players that have no idea the buff is even there. One additional tip, if you go to craft and click trade, scroll about halfway down and we're going to see ruins. I've described and discussed the different types of ruins in a separate video, so I'm not going to go in depth here. But what I will say is, if you're a new player, you should be looking for this type of run, plus 5% experience. If you're new, you need to be crafting these minor ruins until you have 2 of these. Once you have 2, you're going to give it a break and just save your run fragments until you can create a blue minor run that will give you 10% experience. Do check out my run video specifically before you start crafting these, because you're going to waste a lot of fragments if you don't craft them properly. Some of these runs aren't meant for you until you're level 100 or in raid, so check out that video first. Moving on here, if you click craft again and go to trade, there are also PvP coins that you may have earned by simply doing PvP. And if you scroll down here, you'll notice this, 20 energy. So for Wednesday, after you use all your energy and you have all your buffs engaged, you can come through here and cash in on your PvP rewards and simply get more energy. And I highly recommend this as a lower player because here's what happens. If you use all your energy, basically you're done for the day. But if you come in here, you can click trade, fill up your energy bar back to 100, and then grind out a few more heroics. And you can do that infinitely as long as you have PvP coins here to do so. You'll see a few other offers, but these are just not worth it. I highly recommend going for the energy because the rest of them are just basically a waste. Notice here you can even trade it for gems, but I highly recommend going for the free energy if you want to maximize your leveling potential. If you do this every week, you're going to notice that you're out-leveling your friends constantly, and you'll be in Raid 1 way before they are. So keep that in mind. Let's see here. As far as Gauntlet, you're going to want to make sure that you're doing a difficulty that you can beat consistently, 100%. If you die, you are losing a ton of experience, so keep that in mind. Just to discuss the PvP aspect of the house, make sure you check out my PvP tips. Whenever you want to go and do PvP, it's important that you take off 2 pieces of gear and then go do PvP, because this is going to match you against players that are considerably less in level and experience than you, and you'll be able to just stomp them and gain the free experience. The whole point of Wednesday is to get as much experience as you can. That way, by Thursday, you'll be plus 5 to 10 levels and that much closer to Raid 1. Also, if you are in a guild, if you click the guild tab, here's something a lot of newer players don't know as well. Click on shop and scroll down, and if your guild is high enough in level, which it doesn't take but level I think 30 or so, you can purchase average energy potions, and if you read the description here, this gives you 50 additional energy, and it only costs 15,000 honor. The way you get honor is by simply doing dungeons and gauntlets and things like that. You get 10% right here. So you gain honor equal to 10% of all guild XP you earn. So if you go into a dungeon and get 100 experience, 10 of that is going to go towards honor. I recommend buying a ton of these for Wednesday and just putting it straight towards your experience as soon as Wednesday starts. The last tip here I'm going to give is very important. Notice here it tells you how many hours until Wednesday starts. Now, if we do some basic math, the energy replenishing time is roughly 3 minutes. Now, if you have 100 energy, and we times that times the 3 minutes, that's about 300 minutes, which is about 5 hours time. Now, if you want to have the maximum amount of energy, that means you need to stop playing bit heroes about 5 hours prior to Wednesday beginning. And if you do this, you will have your energy capped, you will have your trials capped, and you will have your PvP capped. Now, make sure you use all that prior to the 5 hours. That way you get maximum experience. But long story short, if you go into Wednesday and only have half your energy, you're only going to gain half the levels. So pay attention to that. In addition to that, after you use all your energy, PvP, and Gauntlet, you are going to want to take probably a 4 to 6 hour break and then come back to the game and grind it out again. You will have probably 3 or 4 sessions worth of grinding possible to your accessible to you within the 24-hour period. I usually log in about 3 to 4 times and make sure I never get capped in energy, because if you get capped, you're basically wasting valuable experience. Let's see. if we have any more tips here. Okay, that's about it. We covered the ruins, trials, only doing trials that you can beat. Pay attention to PvP. Also, as far as PvP, never click the auto button. No matter how good you think you are, the auto button simply doesn't make the correct choices sometimes. So make sure you're using strategies that I've given that allow you to get a pretty high win rate. I know right now I'm right at 100% win rate. So make sure you're paying attention there so you get max experience. Energy from Guild Honor, we covered that. And PvP tokens for energy, we covered that as well. Last thing is I'm going to talk about the runs one more time. Make sure you check out the run video. Again, you're going to aim for the 5% experience runs. The sooner you craft these in the game, the more experience you're going to get out of all of your playtime. Because you can craft these as early as like 10 to 20. And just think back on it. If you don't have these and say you're level 50 now, that was 10% experience over the course of 50 levels that you missed out on. So if you're setting at level 50 right now and you don't have these, you could be at level 60 plus. So keep that in mind. Make sure you have these. That's about it, guys. I'm going to head off here. Please do leave questions below, and I will continue to cover additional questions as they come up. If you guys have anything else, just let me know. Make sure to follow on Twitch. I'm doing live streams 2 and 3 times a day, and I'm taking questions at all times. Take care, guys. This is McProseph signing off, and good luck on the loots. Make sure to let me know below how much experience you get from Wednesday. I've been tracking how much I get for the better part of 3 months now, and it's really nice to see what your average is. That way you can try to target that every week and make sure to hit your mark. Alright guys, take it easy, and this is McProseph signing off.